Welcome to Brother Owl's Garden. I'm Brian, and I honor your presence here today. I recall a time in my life, it actually spanned many years, where there was a certain place that I really wanted to travel to, and I mean, I wanted it so bad. I just had to get there. It was as if I couldn't feel complete until I had made it to this dream destination of mine. And as I said, it spanned many years, and I can remember the first attempt that I made to get there. It was almost like the Hail Mary pass. It was in spite of it all, despite all appearances, I'm gonna get there no matter what. And I failed. I didn't make it. And then it was a couple of years after that, I found another opportunity to make this happen. And I says, I've got to get there. This is, especially since I failed the first time. I've just got to make this happen. I want this so bad I can taste it. I've got to do this. And you can feel that energy behind, my desiring and my striving and grasping to reach this goal and get it. And the second time I tried, it looked like it was going to happen. It looked promising, and then at the last minute, nope, it's not going to happen. And then I started to get really discouraged, because it's like I had come so close, but I didn't get it. And then it was a couple of years after that another opportunity came. And this time, everything seemed to be in place. And it looked by all intent and purposes like this is it. I just need to engage this and go. I'm there. This is going to happen. And again, I was wanting it so much. And I had enough money to go. I had enough time to devote to it. And it was before all the pandemic stuff had happened, and so it was still going to be not any kind of a nightmare to get there and do this. And everything looked like it was in order. And I can't tell you how much resistance I met in the attempt to just book this trip and go. Everything was blocking me. Everything outside was blocking me. Even though I had enough money to go, I had the time to go, I had the opportunity to go, etc. But everything was blocked. Oh, there's an issue with the visa. We didn't understand this. You needed to provide this. Oh, you should have been on this 2 weeks ago. We don't know if we can make this happen in time. And everything involving visa and bank transfer and all this complicated things. And I just couldn't believe it. And I was like, it's in my hands. It's just, my hands are there ready to receive it. I'm drooling. I'm so eager. It's nearly mine. And it was as if it was being suspended that far above my hands and almost like a tease. And I started to just get driven crazy by this. It was really totally robbed me of all my peace, disrupted all my inner peace and balance, and everything within me was disturbed about it. To the point where it just became more than frustrating. It became like exasperating. And so I instinctually sat down and willfully, consciously did a quick meditation, a meditational process anyway, where I said, okay, I give up. And not just that I give up, I willfully let this go. I give up my striving and my pushing and my forcing and my wanting and my grasping, is what I mean by I give up. I release all that. I let it go. I relinquish all effort and striving. And I accept that I'm not going to go. I've done all I can. I've pushed. I've done probably too much. And I accept that this is not going to be so. At least not now. And I let the whole thing go. And I'm okay with it. I'm okay. I was okay. I am okay. I'll be okay. I'm fine. And I realigned and reattuned to the calm, clear tranquility within me, and I let it die. I let my need and my desire and my drive and my grabbing and grasping to dissipate and end. And then I felt compelled to make it clear that I'm at peace now. I've let it go and I'm at peace. Not I've let it go and I'm bummed out and I'm going to go home and grumble and mumble and be, resentful. No, I'm done with this. I'm not going to push anymore and I'm at peace with this not happening. And lo and behold, the next day, everything that had been an insurmountable obstacle completely gave way and opened up, and the whole way was paved. Instantly, all of it cleared on the same day, which was the day after I stopped striving and I made peace with not having. I was truly at peace with not having it. I wasn't trying to short circuit the system and, maybe if I act like I don't care, then no, it wasn't anything like that. I was done with it and I was at peace. And the next day, all the gates flew off the hinges and the way was paved and I was able to go. And it was one of the most memorable journeys I've ever had in my life, and I cherished every moment of it. And not every moment of it was fun, by the way, but it was memorable and cherished. And I'm so thankful that I finally did get to go. And it was only some time after that, quite a bit after that, that a very dear friend of mine, who I met on that journey, mentioned to me, have you ever heard about the backwards law? And I said, no, what do you mean? What's the backwards law? And he said, oh, well, that's the inexplicable law of the universe that says that the more you push and strive for something or struggle for something, the less likely you are to have it. The harder you push and force something, the less likely it is to flow the way you want. And I said, oh, yeah, I didn't know that had a name. I remember many, many years ago talking with my dear friend Bob, who casually, nonchalantly mentioned it in a conversation, and he didn't give it a name, and I didn't know there was a name, but he said to me, bud, he said, a lot of times in life, you can't have something until you're first willing to not have it. And he told me that in about 1998. And I never forgot it because it was one of those, bam, universal absolute truth handed to you on a platter kind of a moment for me. And it was that comment that was going around in my memory when I realized, what am I doing? I'm pushing so hard to make this trip happen. I'm going about this all wrong. I need to be perfectly fine accepting that this trip is not going to happen because all the signs said it's just not meant to be. So what I need to do is make peace with that. And so that's what I did. I made peace with not having it. And then all of a sudden, everything flipped energetically. The universe immediately mirrored a new frequency that I had shifted to, and everything opened up. And that's the backwards law. The backwards law is you can't have something until you are first truly at peace with not having it. Now again, it's not something that you can hack and here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pretend that I'm totally okay with not having it so that the universe will be duped into giving it to me. No, it has to do with completely with a true and genuine, authentic, and maybe even to some extent quantifiable frequency shift in your consciousness. You must be truly at peace not having something before you can have it. And it's a way of saying do not strive, do not push, do not force things, but rather allow and assent and flow with things, whether they are what you hoped you would get or not what you hoped you would get. There's a Chinese phrase called wei wei, wei wei, which loosely translated means letting it do itself. Letting it do itself. Non-interference in the flow of things as they occur, as they will be. Non-ado. You're not interfering and meddling and disrupting and trying to make, control things to go your way. You're not injecting and interfering with your will in the natural flow and unfolding of things. There is a time when the masculine effort, exertion, striving is the right thing, but it's not this. And the feminine in this is the right way. Back off. Step aside. Get out of your own way. Let things play out and unfold as they will in their natural divine order. Whether that is you get the thing you wanted or whether that is you don't get the thing you wanted. Because what's important above all of that, what's most important rather than getting what you're grasping at, is that you are maintaining your true and inherent natural inner peace and balance and harmony and accord and wellness and non-attachment, not getting stuck and sticky in things. If you were to say, what is the lesson? What am I learning? What is at work behind this backwards law? It is the lesson that your inner peace and your divine emptiness are far more important, a priority and a treasure, than anything you could ever grasp at. And so, to that effect, only when you are aligned and attuned and focused on abiding in your own inner peace amidst all conditions and any conditions, unconditional inner peace, only then may you properly receive and manage whatever it is you had wanted. And sometimes that thing is not good for you and would be a detriment to you and is withheld. But the point of the backwards law is be at unconditional peace, balance, and harmony within yourself, regardless of having or not having anything. Seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all these things shall be added unto you. First, attune, align, abide within, unconditionally, amidst any and all conditions. amidst having, not having, getting, not getting. You are equally fine amidst all conditions. And when you attain that, then all the things that you need and many of the things that you want will be granted to you, will be drawn to you, and will be yours. But that's the backwards law. You don't strive, push, and force. You allow ascent and flow because you are equally and perfectly okay and fine and at peace with or without them.